Hey everybody, this is Maddie with AltCoin Buzz. Hope you're well. We're on altcoinbuzz.io for a look at the news of the day, starting with an article by Luke, who reports on some international FUD. India's Supreme Court decides ban on crypto services stays for now. So this week, the Supreme Court of India refused a request for a temporary injunction against restrictions imposed on banks regarding cryptocurrency. The restrictions put in place by the Reserve Bank of India, the RBI, include a ban on crypto services, which now will remain in place at least until the formal hearing. So it's no secret that the Reserve Bank of India, the central bank in the country, is not a fan of Bitcoin and cryptocurrency in general. In 2017, the government agency already warned citizens about the digital coins several times. Until 2018, however, it stayed with warnings. But in April of this year, things changed. And now all of a sudden, basically, you have the RBI, which has put pressure on the banks and has prohibited the Indian banks from dealing in any way with cryptocurrency or cryptocurrency transactions. So that's unfortunate. It's not the best of news now that they've applied that tactic in particular. So there's a legal battle against the RBI that has since started up. In response to the ban, a part of the crypto community in India started a legal battle against the crypto trading restrictions from the RBI. The group that is standing up against the RBI's decision includes 4 crypto exchange platforms and other startups active within the crypto space in India. As part of the legal battle against the Reserve Bank of India, the group requested a temporary injunction against those restrictions imposed on banks regarding cryptocurrency. And this request has been declined by the Supreme Court of India. But stay tuned for May 17th, so that's coming up just in a few days, because at that point, that's the day the case regarding the ban of cryptocurrencies in India will be heard in court. So some interesting developments there. Looks like the RBI is taking a pretty harsh stance, and there is some counterpunching there in the form of that lawsuit. So stay tuned for May 17th. We'll report on that if and when developments catch our attention. On the flip side of things, you have Ukraine looking to legalize cryptocurrencies. Article here by Garrett. Ukrainian Securities Chairman believes that some cryptocurrencies should be recognized as legal tender. So this past Tuesday, in a speech to the International Organization of Securities Commissions, IOSCO, Ukrainian Securities Chairman Timur Kromev pronounced that cryptocurrency will become an indispensable part of economic and financial relations. So following the speech, Kromev took to Facebook, summarizing the speech's points in a post, writing that the point of no return has been surpassed and that financial leaders in the country must address cryptocurrencies. He continued to write, I consider it very timely to consider at the next meeting of the Financial Stability Board the issue of recognizing some crypto units as a financial instrument, formulating approaches to recognizing activities with them, and initiating appropriate legal proceedings. Okay, so it's going to be interesting to see how Ukraine acts on their clear interest in cryptocurrencies and which currencies they may recognize in their country. All things considered, any and all positive outlook on cryptocurrency is good for the success and adoption of the technology. Did I mention that the National Bank of Ukraine is talking about potentially issuing its own currency, the Hryvnia? Help me out with that pronunciation, guys, in the comments. So good news out of Ukraine, and it's a nice contrast against what we're seeing in India. So if you have perspective on this, hey, look, maybe you are Indian. Maybe you are Ukrainian. The soldiers of the AltCoin army are very international in terms of our demographics. So if you have some additional insight or input, do leave a comment for Garrett on this particular piece. And we're going to link to the original reporting here, which you can take a look at. Link will be in the description. In other news, Neo teams up with venture firms and developers to create .neo wallet addresses. Article by Zach. New Econolabs announced recently that they are partnering with Neo Global Capital and Fenbushi Capital for Neo's Name Service project. So Neo Global Capital is the venture capital arm of the Neo Foundation that focuses on blockchain investments. It's been a key contributor to projects such as Ontology, Trinity, Silica. So these are some of the favorites really that we've been noticing in the comments. It seems to be some of the coins that you soldiers are most excited about. The main aim of NGC is to assist projects that will benefit the NEO Foundation and value of the NEO ecosystem in the long run. Fenbushi Capital is also a venture capital firm that focuses on blockchain projects, investing over $50 million so far. They also hold a NEO consensus node running on the testnet version of the blockchain. And both these firms have strong records in investing in up and coming projects, and thus this new partnership could be extremely exciting. So it's not yet known when the NNS will be completed, and we do not yet know any of its real features. That's often the case in terms of some of these projects, right? It's you're investing in some of the potential more often than not. However, if NEO does live up to the expectations, then this could be a major selling point for the NEO blockchain and herald many more easy-to-use wallets. This, in turn, creates a much more accessible blockchain and cryptocurrency experience, making mainstream adoption a bit more likely. So pretty encouraging news, I'd say. I mean, some people come down. It really boils down to whether or not you're a proponent of NEO, because some people are just all about NEO and they're very enthusiastic about it. I tend to fall into that camp, and others tend to be naysayers, and they'll point to some of this as perhaps legitimately being more about potential, being more about hype and marketing. It has delivered on some interesting projects, but long term, do you have a sense of pride in NEO? Do you like where it's going? Are you excited about its future or not? Well, one way or the other, be sure to sound off in the comments with your opinion. And of course, we will link to some of the original reporting here. Links will be in the description. So in an update to a previous video, a recent one where we discussed updates with Send, our friends at SendCoin have this important update regarding card integration. So your Send/Fiat giveaway is here. We are working on more repos for node integrations. You can follow our card integration progress here, github.com/socialsend. So this is a pretty big update. And I mean, in the last one that we discussed, we were talking about what was happening with the beta testing of their new platform. And there was that rumor circulating that, in the near future, card integration may be something to look out for. So here it is. Of course, we're going to link to this in the description. If you're not already a fan of Send, be sure to check them out. We'll have other information, how you can get a hold of them and get more information about them, link perhaps to the website. But do be sure to check this out. This is a pretty important and significant development with our friends over at Social Send. Our friends over at Internext also have an update. In a few days, we will be releasing Internext's xCloud and xCore beta waitlist, 100% risk-free. We will also release our polished branding image and the ability to buy INXT from our website. That's pretty cool. INXT will be necessary to buy our xCloud beta service in Q3. #Internext, #beta, #countdown. Are you a fan of Internext? So they look like they're gearing up and they're ready for consensus. They have some other tweets. They're excited about the conference that's about to get underway in New York. Have an opinion one way or the other about Internext? Then please leave us a comment below and share your thoughts. So all of these stories we covered today, guys, are moving. They're dynamic. They're fluid. They're changing from one day to the next. Especially with news out of India. I think that's going to be interesting to see how that injunction plays out in court on May 17th. And of course, for all the latest updates, the best way to stay abreast of what's happening in the crypto space is via AltCoin Buzz on Twitter. So make sure you're following us here for the latest, for our news articles, for our views on what's happening in the crypto space. And do be sure you're following on social media as well, Facebook, Telegram, Instagram. If you like this video, do give it a thumbs up. Make sure you're subscribed on YouTube because we have new content every day. We're going to be covering consensus as it unfolds in detail these next few days, so do stay with AltCoin Buzz. In the meantime, I wish you happy investing and have a great day. Take care.